Hey guys, right here I have a 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee 3-litre V6 CRD Summit. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. You do have welcome lights as you unlock the car. The Summit trim does come standard with Jeep's version of a smart keyless entry and start system. So, just have the key fob on yourself. The car is currently unlocked. Press the chrome buttons on either of the front door handles to lock the car. And to unlock the car, just wait a moment and then tap the area again on either of the front door handles. With that smart keyless entry, you do have push button start. So to start the Grand Cherokee, make sure the key fob is inside the car. Put your foot on the brake and press the start button to the left of the steering wheel. The 2016 Grand Cherokee uses an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Summit trim is a leather-wrapped steering wheel with wood trim at the top and the since 1941 insignia on the bottom spoke. An 8-speed automatic transmission is standard across the range. The transmission does feature sport mode and manual shifting capabilities. The latter is controlled using the paddle shifters on the back of the top two steering wheel spokes. Standard across the range as well are front and rear parking sensors and a reverse camera system with guidance lines. There are a set of controls located on the center console that allows you to select several different settings. To the left, you can select 4-wheel drive low or turn the hill descent control on or off. The knob in the middle controls the select terrain driving modes. There are 5 modes on offer. Snow mode is ideal for slippery conditions, sand or mud mode is good for off-roading at low speeds, auto is the default mode, and rock works in rough terrain. To the right, you do have the controls for the Quadra-Lift air suspension system that allows the car to be raised or lowered. 5 height settings are available for this system. Normal, which is the default ride height, offers 20.6 cm of clearance, and this height setting provides the most comfortable balance of ride and handling. Off-Road 1 or OR1 raises the car by 3.3 cm and it offers 23.9 cm of clearance to provide a good balance between ground clearance and comfort. OR1 is the default position for off-roading. In the Off-Road 2 or OR2 setting, the car is at its highest position and this position is the best for clearing high obstacles. OR2 offers 27.2 cm of ground clearance. Aero is the next height setting, and in this position, the car is lowered by just over 1.27 cm to give the car better aerodynamics during high-speed driving. Aero also optimizes fuel consumption, reduces body roll, and provides a sportier drive. The lowest height setting for the Grand Cherokee lowers the car by 3.81 cm to let occupants get out of the car easier, and it also makes loading and unloading cargo more convenient. This height setting is called Park. In terms of safety, the Grand Cherokee gets 9 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability control, hill start assist, hill descent control, an alarm system with immobilizer, a tire pressure monitoring system, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. Additional safety features on the Summit trim includes Forward Collision Warning Plus, Blind Spot Monitoring, and Cross Path Detection. Now, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The Summit trim comes with 20-inch 5 double-spoke polished alloy rims with a satin clear coat finish. The rims on this car are wrapped in Continental Cross Contact 265/50 R20 tires. Ventilated disc brakes are present all round, while the suspension consists of double wishbones in front and a multi-link setup out back. As mentioned earlier on, this Grand Cherokee does have an air suspension system. The approach angle, the departure angle, and the breakover angle for the Grand Cherokee Summit is 36 degrees, 30 degrees, and 24 degrees respectively. The Grand Cherokee is Jeep's mid-size SUV that was first introduced in 1992 for the 1993 model year as a replacement for the Grand Wagoneer. Since its introduction, 4 generations have been produced, with the latest WK2 generation debuting at the 2009 New York Auto Show. The WK2 subsequently went on sale in 2010 as a 2011 model year vehicle. The WK2 received a facelift for the 2014 model year, which consisted of a revised front and rear and an updated interior. Another minor facelift was introduced for the 2017 model year, along with a switch back to a conventional gear lever from the electronic gear lever that was introduced for the 2014 model year facelift. The WK2 is available with several engines, ranging from the base Pentastar V6 to the muscular HEMI V8 and the economical CRD diesel V6, depending on the market it is sold in. This Grand Cherokee is powered by a 3-litre, dual overhead cams, 24 valves, turbodiesel V6 engine with common rail direct injection. This engine produces 247 horsepower at 4000 rpm and 570 Nm of torque at 2000 rpm. 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour takes 8.2 seconds, and the top speed is 126 miles per hour or 203 km per hour. With a 93.5 litre fuel tank, combined fuel consumption for the Grand Cherokee V6 CRD 4-wheel drive automatic is 40.4 miles per gallon or 7 litres per 100 kilometers. 184 grams of carbon dioxide is emitted per kilometer, and the Grand Cherokee Summit does get Jeep's Quadra-Drive 2 4-wheel drive system. The Grand Cherokee is currently available in the UK with 2 engines, the 3-litre V6 CRD turbodiesel or the 6.4 V8 HEMI naturally aspirated petrol. The HEMI is only available in the SRT variant, while the diesel is available with the Limited Plus, the Overland, and the Summit trim levels. Exterior features of the Grand Cherokee Summit includes automatic auto-leveling adaptive by xenon projector headlights, automatic wipers, automatic high beams, LED daytime running lights, LED front indicators, LED rear lights, LED rear number plate lights, front and rear fog lights, front and rear parking sensors, indicators on the body-colored side mirrors, chrome door handles, chrome roof rails, chrome grille with chrome mesh pattern, chrome front fog light surrounds, and dual exhaust pipes. You do have your Harman Kardon speakers right there, and right up there. Down below as well, you do have a bottle holder together with some storage. Right here, you do have your mirror controls, window controls. All of the windows in this car are powered, while the front 2 windows gets a fully automatic function in both directions. Window lock, And lastly, you do have your central locking buttons. The driver's seat in this Grand Cherokee Summit does get full powered adjustments, with all of your controls located right down there, together with your 4-way power lumbar support. You also do have 2-person memory, set using the buttons right there. This lever right here adjusts the brightness of the interior at night, and this button releases the fuel flap. Jeep floor mats for the front, and you also do have Summit door sills for the front. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. The Grand Cherokee's parking brake is foot operated. The pedal is located right here and it is currently engaged. To disengage it, push the pedal once, and to engage the parking brake, simply push the pedal back down. The Grand Cherokee does come standard with a dual-zone automatic climate control system. The display is shared with the infotainment display located right above. You do have a set of physical controls down below, and you do have additional controls for the climate control on the display itself. Now back to the physical controls, you do have your fan, speed, off button, automatic mode, driver side temperature, passenger side temperature, air conditioning, recirculation, as well as your front and rear defrost buttons. For the display, you can also turn on or off your climate control just by pressing the on-off button to the left. And right here, we do have your driver side temperature, passenger side temperature, different modes. Right above, you do have your maximum air conditioning, recirculation, automatic mode, as well as your front and rear defrost. In the middle, you do have your different modes. Down below, fan, speed, off button as shown earlier. Sync means if you have it turned on, the driver's side will control the temperature for both sides. But if you turn it off, each side will have individual temperature controls. Watch as the passenger side temperature matches the driver's side once I turn sync on. The Grand Cherokee Summit comes with the Uconnect 8.4-inch touchscreen head unit that features various media connectivity options, navigation, and a Harman Kardon high-performance audio system that has 19 speakers, subwoofers, and an 825-watt amplifier. I must say the Harman Kardon sound system available in the Grand Cherokee does sound quite good. We are currently in your Bluetooth audio streaming menu with your current song playing information. You do have the album, title, artist. You can go back a song, go forward a song, play, pause. Hit the Bluetooth button to access your Bluetooth telephone menu, and hit the audio button to bring up your sound system settings. Right here you do have your auxiliary volume offset, surround sound settings, your speed volume settings. Under equalizer, you do have your bass, mid, treble, and lastly, you do have your balance and fader. To go back, hit the back button. To the left, you do have your list of media options. Currently, you do have Bluetooth audio streaming and SD card. Hit this button to bring up more options, and right here you do have your CD, USB, and auxiliary. To the right, hit the map button to bring up your navigation map, and hit the info button to bring up more information regarding the current song playing. Right above, you can activate your shuffle as well as repeat, and in the middle you do have your song number as well as the song duration. If you hit the radio button, you can access your FM, AM and DAB digital radios, and under those menus you can look at your list of available radio stations in the area, perform a manual tuning search and all that. Hit the controls button to bring up your list of controls for the driver as well as the front passenger. Right here you can turn on or off the auto dimming rear view mirror function, bring up your settings. To the right you do have your 2-stage heated seats for the driver, 2-stage ventilated seats for the driver, as well as your heated steering wheel. To the left you do have your 2-stage heated and ventilated seats for the front passenger. Hit the climate button to bring up your climate menu once more. Hit the navigation button to bring up your navigation menu. Right here you can enter a destination, view the map, view some information, and bring up your emergency services. Down below you can access your settings. You can stop the navigation if the navigation is active, divert, and repeat the navigation instructions. Under Where To, you can enter an address via the address. You can also look at your recent destinations, points of interest, go home if you do have a home address stored on the system. Hitting the home button will guide you home. You can also look for junctions, favorites, your trip planner, coordinates. You can point these location on the map, routes, closest towns, town center, as well as search via phone number. If we view the map, right here we do have the maps. To the left you do have your zoom in and out buttons. Hit the menu button to go back to this menu. And to the right you can bring up your map options. You can change the map view, bring up settings, repeat the guidance, turn list, and stop the navigation. Hit the phone button to bring up your Bluetooth telephone menu. Right here you can redial, look at your phone book, look at your call lists, dial a number, read text messages if available, and bring up settings. To the right you do have your mute button, transfer to phone button, as well as a conference call function. And right on top you can store up to 5 favorite numbers. Hit the settings button to bring up your settings for the vehicle. Right here you do have your display settings, voice settings, clock settings, your safety and driving assistance settings, light settings, doors and locks, auto on comfort settings, engine off options, suspension settings, audio settings, phone settings, radio settings. You can also restore the settings back to factory settings right here, clear personal data, and bring up system information. And that's about it. As for the controls down below, you do have your volume and power knob to the left. This button also doubles up as your mute button. You can turn off the display right here. Right here you do have the back button. And right here you do have the tuning knob. This knob also allows you to go through the display if you do not want to use the touch screen function. Right down here, you can turn off the parking sensors via this button. This button turns off the forward collision warning system. You do have your eco mode activation right here. And this button turns on or off the vehicle's traction control system. Right down here, you do have a bit of storage. And right in there, you do have a power outlet as well as your auxiliary USB and SD card slots. And right here you do get a couple of cup holders. Central locking. This car does have power folding side mirrors. On the steering wheel, behind the top two spokes below the pedal shifters, you do have your audio controls. On the left, you do have your seat track buttons, while on the right, you do have your volume control as well as your different mode selection button. On the left spoke, the up, down, left, right and OK buttons control your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Right now, you do have your fuel consumption information with your instant fuel consumption, average fuel consumption and range. Right now we do have trip A with your distance traveled, average fuel consumption and elapsed time, and trip B with the same set of data just depending on when you last reset it. Your audio menu, vehicle messages, screen settings. You can change what is being displayed on the display itself. Speed warning menu, your digital speedometer, and right here you can bring up a digital analog speedometer. Next up, we can change to kilometers per hour right here. And right here we do have your vehicle information menu with your AdBlue tank information, your tire pressure monitoring system, transmission temperature, oil life, battery voltage, and back to your AdBlue information. Your terrain information, your adaptive cruise control information. Right down here you do have your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system as well as your voice control button. On the right spoke you do have your cruise control and adaptive cruise control controls. There are no controls on the right, but the single stalk on the left controls your indicators as well as your wipers. The steering wheel in this car is fully powered, tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this knob right here. Front center armrest with storage down below. You do have another power outlet right in here, and right here you do have the CD player. It is MP3 compatible, and you do have the eject button for the CD player right here. Auto dimming, rear view mirror. You do have a sunglass holder right here, and you do have your interior lights right above. And this button opens up your powered rear hatch. You do have your sunroof controls right above. The buttons on the right are for the sunshade, and the buttons on the left are for the glass roof itself. The sunroof is fully automatic. You can open it up as a vent as well. And you can close the shade if you do not want that much sunlight coming in. The shade itself is fully automatic as well. You can open the shade and rest it in two different positions. In the middle like this, or have it all the way back. Sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror with a couple of lights. And the driver does get a grip handle. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now and continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your speakers right there and right there. Down below as well, you do have a bottle holder together with a bit of storage. And you do have your window control right there. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is quite a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for legroom, I get about this much. And I do get about this much in terms of headroom. But the seats are still quite comfortable. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, rear aircon vents. Down below, you do have a couple of USB ports as well as your two-stage heated seat buttons for the outer two rear passengers. Rear center armrest with cup holders. And you do get grip handles on the ceiling with hooks for both sides at the back as well. And you do have your rear interior lights within the grip handle. There are three ways to open up the powered rear hatch in the 2016 Grand Cherokee. The first way is via the button on the key fob. Press it twice and the powered rear hatch rises up. The second way is via the button inside the cabin that I showed you earlier on. And the third and final way is via a touchpad right beneath that portion right there on the rear hatch itself. Boot space in the Grand Cherokee measures 457 litres with the rear seats in place. Fold the rear seats away, remove the cargo cover, and the boot space becomes 1,554 litres. To fold the 60-40 split folding rear seats, locate and pull the levers on the sides of the outer two rear seats. To the right of the boot, you do have a power outlet and a speaker, while to the left, you do have the button to close the powered rear hatch, a storage area, and a removable LED torch light. On both sides of the boot, you do have hooks, and under the boot floor is some storage as well as the vehicle's spare tire and tool kit. Just like opening, there are three ways of closing the powered rear hatch in the 2016 Grand Cherokee. The Grand Cherokee does have a capless fuel filling system, and you do have your AdBlue tank right here. This Grand Cherokee is equipped with privacy glass for the rear windows and the rear windscreen. You do have adjustable headrests front and rear. You also do have the Summit badging for the rear seat backs. You do have your window control right there, together with another set of central locking buttons. Down below you do have your speakers, together with a bottle holder and some storage. The front passenger seat in this Jeep does get full powered adjustments as well, with the same set of adjustments as the driver's side, just that it loses out on the memory seating. Lockable glove box. It is of a nice size. Grip handle for the front passenger, And the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror with a couple of lights as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee 3-litre V6 CRD Summit. Thanks for watching and goodbye.